Do your goats have lice, mice, or mites rather, and you need a treatment? Well, today we're gonna show you how. This treatment is pretty simple. It's just something called Cylence, and you can get it at most vet stores, maybe even Amazon, but all you have to do is apply it, and then you can apply it every 3 weeks for a couple of months. You can even apply it for flies in the summertime, but we're specifically concerned about mites or lice because of something that one of our goats has. So we're gonna get her treated and show you how we do it. So as you can tell, Merriweather, who is one of our pregnant does actually, definitely has an issue with her skin on her leg. We thought it could possibly be from when we drew her blood a couple of months ago, but I don't think so. So she has some sort of lice or mites going on to cause that bald patch. Thankfully, it looks like it's growing back, but we're gonna treat her with something called Cylence. It's a good treatment for lice, mites, and all that different stuff. All it is, it's a pour-on. We're gonna measure it inside. When it comes to nighttime, we're gonna give it to them just because it's easier to apply to them when we put them in their shed at night. And we're just gonna apply it to their necks, kind of like you would like any sort of lice treatment for a dog. So we'll wait a couple hours and we'll go from there. Okay, so to get started, this is the Cylence that I mentioned before. It comes in I'm sure smaller bottles, but I got this big bottle for super cheap. So the dosage instructions are pretty simple. It's 1 cc pour-on on their neck, like I mentioned before, for every 25 pounds. So basically I'm gonna do all the girls, plus Mr. T, who's kind of a girl. You know, he's our castrated boy, so. For Mr. T, for Aurora, and for Merriweather, I'm basically gonna consider them like 75 pounds each, so they're each gonna get 3 milliliters. And for Tink, I'm gonna give her probably 2 milliliters, because she's a little bit smaller, equivalent to about 50 pounds. So we're gonna go ahead and get that measured up, and we'll go from there. So the good thing about this is it's got this little part up here. So if you were to open this like spigot kind of and keep this one closed and you were to push on the bottle, it's gonna fill up this little spot here. Thankfully, that's like a 30 ml up to fill, which we do not need that much. So to make this easy, I have 3 here together. So I'm gonna fill all 3 of these with 3 mLs each. And the one that's separate, I'm gonna put 2 for Tink. So with that being said, a little tip to giving medications to animals, and especially goats, which go just nuts usually in general, is that you want to measure it out first. That's why I'm doing it here in our garage. And I'm measuring out our 3 ml doses for our big goats and our 2 ml dose for our smaller goats. So that way I can take it to the back and just be ready, and I can just put it on their necks as I get them into their shed. It's just easier that way. So get our medicine here, and we're gonna go out to the goat shed and get them their medicine. And by the way, it is a beautiful day here in the high desert of California. If you can see that sunset in the background, it is gorgeous. It is also not quite dark yet, so this is definitely going to be fun because they're not going to be completely ready to go in to their shed, but you guys get to see the joy and the fun of trying to catch a goat when it's not time to go to bed completely yet. So basically I'm gonna set the dosages here by the shed, and then I'm gonna try and get them in and basically get them after they all get in, because it'll be easier. Go ahead, in. In you go. Good girls. So all you gotta do is put it on their neck, kind of like this. I usually put it in a couple different spots, and that's it. Go in, honey. Mary is the one we're most concerned about because she had that spot. Holy cow. So that was pretty simple, to be honest. If you're just looking for a spot treatment, this will protect your goats and sheep and that kind of thing for a while. In our case, we want to make sure they are protected from any form of mites, lice, anything like that, just because of that spot that we saw on Merriweather. So we're gonna do this every 3 to 4 weeks or so for the next few months. And that's just to be on the safe side. You do not have to do that. But I should say, if you guys need any of these products, like the Cylence, any of these syringes, we'll put the links to them below in the description to make sure you guys have them, just in case you guys do need them. Our bucks are eating the chain link fence. So thank you guys for joining us. We truly appreciate it. If you guys have any comments, questions, anything like that, please feel free to put them in the comments below, and we'll see you guys next week.